Hey y'all, let's go ahead and jump into these messages. Holy Spirit Divine, pure divine white light. What messages do you have for the collective? What does the collective need to know and be made aware of? What does the collective need to know and be made aware of, Spirit? Ooh, I heard unhinged. Unchained. Unchained came before unhinged, by the way. But either way, it sounds like there's some sort of disillusion or disillusionment. Somebody can't have you like they wanted you, or they can't keep you in a place that they designed for you. And for them to have it their way, you'd be there forever and ever and ever. But you broke free. Okay, all right. I like how this is sounding already. Thank you for your likes, your shares, your comments, and for subscribing to the channel. I'm going to be here as long as you are. So, everything that you share with me, I share right back with you. All right. Spirit, what do you have for the collective? Tarot Oracle Divination is where you'll find me.com. If you're looking for some insight on a situation. Okay. I was going to say I probably need to back the camera up, but I think I'm okay. But I apologize in advance for the camera shakes. Okay, I knew a card flipped over in the deck. Somebody doesn't want to be seen. They want to be kept hidden. That's Queen of Wands reverse energy here. I heard that. How will they know? They'll never know. Just now. So this is somebody you would probably least suspect that wanted to keep you bound. Or they just could have been operating out of a energy that doesn't associate with them in the 3D. Possibly they could have representing themselves in the 3D realm as a, a masculine by way of form and appearance and their birth, right? Their physical body. But possibly what they were able to channel was of a female energy in order to be able to do the things that they were able to do, is how I'm understanding this. Something to think about, y'all. All right. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Knight of Swords. So this is a fleeting action that's rushing in, and I feel like somebody has something to say with the sword right here, right in front of them, and that's what's guiding them. Whatever is on their mind, that intent is what's bringing them directly to whatever we're about to get into. Situation, person, place, or thing. But just know right now, this Knight of Swords energy, it's in the upright. So even though, they're still rushing in with mad energy, right? And something to say, and they need to say this because, it could be freeing for them, because they're getting there fast. They need to do this, is the energy there. Even though it's in the upright, it still has the potential to go like extremely bad. Because, I'm going off of the unhinged energy that I picked up before the cards came down. So it would make sense if this Knight of Swords does not get their way with something, then it's going to turn in a whole different direction where nobody really wants it to go. All right. Now, the first group of cards that came out were here. So I'm going to dive in under here. I want to, for some reason, center out this Queen of Wands reverse energy with this Nine of Wands. These were the first two cards to come out, and then we'll jump into these. But I want to know more about this Queen of Wands reverse energy because, that Nine of Wands is giving up. That's giving up energy. If it were in the upright, it would be, okay, I've taken all these steps to get to this point. I'm at the 9. I'm almost at the 10. Let me just stop and grab my breath. Let me just make sure that this is still going to go according to plan. You know, is this still going to get me out of trouble? Is this still going to, help me out? Because that's what I'm picking up here. Now, this Queen of Wands, of course, has gotten themselves into some trouble by them own damn self. So this is not taking no for an answer. This is them wanting to get their way, whether it was right or it was wrong. Most likely wrong because they're in the reverse. So this is something that they should have stopped a long time ago, but they kept putting in actions to be able to manifest what they wanted. And in the reverse, it's like they're going to go against energies that are not, flowing positively with them or aiding them to be able to do what it is that they need to do. They're calling on dark energies to be able to assist them, is what the Queen of Wands reverse is known for, like dark magic. Now, if we're talking about giving up on some sort of situation to where they were trying, hoping that things fell for someone. Okay, I just heard involvement with justice. So I need a second to understand and interpret that. Well, I mean, okay, that would make perfect sense. Of course, they'll be put to a halting stop, right? If they're dealing with another spiritualist, that they can't get past that threshold, right? That 10, that completion. They have to be stopped in their tracks and put in their place for once and for all. So that's that unchained energy, possibly, when I was saying somebody wanted to keep you in a certain place, if they had it their way. And I feel like there's a lot of action here behind how they were doing that. So if you've recently been freed, like you just feel like something has just lifted off of your back, that's kind of just been wearing on you. It's like you put on clothes every day along with this, whatever this shadow is. But now you're feeling free of that, then I'm talking to you. So if this happened to be an actual female, that's fine. But I just want you to know I was getting male vibes too. But this queen, these cards, court cards, don't have to be gender oriented. But for some reason, I was thinking, okay, this could be a masculine with female tendencies. This has come up before in the readings, but it was really strong here. So if they were taken over by a female entity or female, whatever this is that they conjured up, that's what it is. So then you have to think about, well, did they have female tendencies? Like, did they, did they show me qualities that a woman would act like that if they got upset? Or, that's something a woman would say? Or why are you even pressed about that? Only women, get riled up about things like that. Like, men don't normally, get in their feels so much like, a woman, because, a woman's full of compassion, so we take things to heart, because it's like we put a little bit more effort into, considering a lot of different things on the table. I feel like just men sometimes, no offense, men, but it's really just a cut and dry. But, you play your part, you play your position well. But leave it to us. We're the ones full of emotions, but it's for a reason, because it gives us guidance. But this one right here, if this is a masculine operating with these female energies, but they were really deities. I'm sorry, not deities, I'm sorry. Entities. Maybe they thought that they were deities. Maybe they thought they were working with light beings only to find out they were fooled. I'm picking up like some ethnicity, some, like some really like deep traditional, like to the earth ground sort of, what's the word? Ceremonial type stuff. So this could be like really tied to their DNA, like from way back. It's kind of what I'm picking up here. Just so you can get an understanding of how this person just had all of this power. Because I already know, my collective, you've been through some things. And you're not going to be targeted just because you have a pretty face. No, it's because you hold something deep within. And perhaps, this energy is familiar with you because they've been following you for a long time. Like it's always been some sort of possession of you and your energy that they had to have. Like they wanted to keep you captivated or held captive, whatever. And that was the mission this time around, but you broke free this time. Successfully. Congratulations. All right, here we go. Now, these cards were on top of this Queen of Wands reverse energy. So let's go through this. So we have the Strength card reverse. So I feel like they lost their backing. Because that spiritual power, that strength that they did have, that made them seem kind of mystical. It made them, like I said, you knew they had some power. You questioned how. This is such a deceitful person and they use all their powers for, bad things. How are they still living? Like, that was probably a very rational question you asked yourself because of what you had been through. Like, how are they, literally getting away with murder here? So that was that secretiveness, like doing things in the dark, which the Queen of Wands energy reverse is known for. But the Strength card reverse right next to the Star energy, these are two major arcanas. One's reverse, one's upright. I have to look at it as, again, they were stopped. Their magical powers, mystical powers, whatever they were doing to try to transcend, I'm understanding that to be. So transcend. Transcend means I would say getting from one place to another, but it's like there's some mysticism there. Like, how did they do that? Or having that ability to transcend. So transcend could even mean maybe they fit. Oh, duh. I did say a masculine interpreting or becoming a feminine energy. So that would be like a definition of transcend. Okay, how does that work again? The average person would be like, okay, what? But, on the spiritual journey, you learn that we are opposed to so many different energies because, if you're a light bearer or a bringer of light, then you're an automatic target. So that Star card lets me know that is that uninhibited, or they basically just remove that veil off of them, whatever that was, that cloak, it was removed from them, and that was what was giving them strength. But now it's like they've been revealed. So this could even be on a physical realm. Possibly there are people who know exactly who this person is and what they've been doing for this long. They're exposed, they're naked. They have no spiritual backing that they could call on. But you do. And possibly you're showing up as a star. Of course you are. All right, let's see what else is here. We have the Justice card reverse. This is still with this Queen of Wands energy. The Four of Pentacles, because I talked about possession and control. So this is the Seven of Cups reverse. This is the energy to where they've lost it. They've lost all of their marbles pretty much. This is someone who you can now call certified deranged. But, playing with all of these different things and going against people's wills and definitely going against God's will for their life, you can't do that. Are you crazy? You got to do your research. You got to find out, okay, so this is what I wish these people would ask themselves. The ones who dabble in dark magic, right? And they hit anybody. It doesn't matter. They'll hit you, just because they feel that they can. Or maybe you hurt their feelings or something. They should do their research about who they're up against, because obviously I feel like likes attract likes. Even though you might be polar opposites, there's still some common ground here. So it's like if they've been practicing magic behind closed doors, but it's like you've been associated with them, there was some sort of magnetism there. So wouldn't they think that, okay, so this probably is not some sort of average person, because I'm not average, so I don't expect them to be average, because we do kind of share things in common. It's like there is some sort of kindredness there. It's like, do they not think that you possibly harness powers as well? And then the fact that they didn't do their research and they try to go up against that, they've shot them own selves before they even got started. I don't know. That's just something that I always am curious about. Just because you don't wear it on your forehead, like I have magical powers too, it's like you still don't expect people to run up and hit you in the face, but they'd rather do it secretly behind closed doors. But, you shouldn't have to broadcast that you are who you are. But anyway, let them learn their lesson the hard way, right? Fine. Justice card reverse. They're looking for justice because they feel like I said earlier, they had some sort of possession control over you. So they're like, why can't I have her? Why can't I have them? Why aren't they succumbing to my will? Why aren't they begging for mercy at this point? Like, I've hit them with everything I had. This Seven of Cups reverse. Nothing's working. What is going on? That's the energy. And this Two of Swords reverse, it's like, this is a decision that needs to be made, but it's being made without having all of the facts or just a lot of general information, period. They didn't go off of that. They didn't have it. They just went ahead and made the decision. But that's what landed them here to where they are now. I want to get more about this Justice card reverse and see what's happening here. I heard the song Eye of the Tiger. Just that chorus. Eye of the tiger, unprepared to fight. And I don't know the lyrics word for word right now. I'm definitely going to look the lyrics up when I get off of this recording. But I'm going to keep that in mind, Eye of the Tiger. Yeah, literally right now I'm stuck because I've heard that song all my life, but could not even tell you like a straight sentence. I can give you bits and pieces, but not the whole lyric of the sentence. But anyway, I'll keep that in mind, y'all. And y'all too, in case y'all beat me to it. Okay, so we have the Three of Cups reversed here. So this means like, celebration is over. I feel like nobody's rocking with this person right now. So they're thinking, okay, so here's the thing. I feel like they, there are some people that were close to them that were aware of this person's powers and how they were using them against people's wills. Because I feel like they might have asked for a favor from this person. Ooh, do you think you can look into Sally's life for me? She's a bitch. Yeah, she did this and this and this to me. And yeah, what are you getting from that? This is how I really feel like that went. And then, of course, this insecure energy over here in this Queen of Wands reverse. They're sitting there juggling in their mind. Should I say, should I make up something? Should I, because it's all about them wanting to receive favor at this point, because I feel like this Queen of Wands reverse energy is always going to look for some sort of validation. Even when they're wrong, they still want to feel that they're right. So if they're using their powers for wrong, but they're still pleasing others, like bringing in that attraction to themselves, then it was all good. It was all in a day's work for them. So I don't know if there were social gatherings to where it was like, hey, come meet my friend, and they were introduced as, a certain person, but then later, like the side conversation with that person away from this Queen of Wands, they were like, yeah, this person really knows their stuff. Like they could really they could F somebody up if they really wanted to. That's this right here. But the thing is, like all that celebration, that social gathering, that showing off, that, bragging about this person's dark abilities, that's gone, because now these people, they know that they cannot trust this Queen of Wands reverse energy. So if this was a close little intimate circle, they've been cast out of the circle. And that would make sense, because if they're sitting over here in this Seven of Cups reverse energy, like it's like they can't make heads of tails of anything right now. This Queen of Wands reverse. You know, they're really stuck in their own little prison, and that possibly that's that Justice card reverse. They wanted justice for the things that they were doing, the dark things that were doing, but you know, they ended up, you know, shooting themselves in the own foot is really light. That's really lightweight of a phrase to use in this scenario. But you get the gist. It's like they put themselves in their own prison, is all I can say. They wanted you to be in the prison, but they ended up locking themselves. Like they went inside to check to see if you were there, not knowing that the gate to the jail was locked. So they walked in and the door slammed shut behind them. So now they're stuck with no key to get out. That's what I'm being shown. So they confine themselves. So the jail that they planted for you, they get to rot in. Interesting. That'll probably be the title of this video, because that pretty much sums up the energy. Let's see what's under this Three of Cups reverse. All right, so we got the Six of Pentacles reverse. We have the Four of Swords reverse. So this is interesting combination here. So the Six of Pentacles reverse, normally we would look at this card as, and I say normally, but let me work this thing out. So there was some sort of wanting to have, you know, equality or some sort of equal distribution. They feel that if somebody feels that they were owed something, they're finally getting it. So, hold on. And the Four of Swords, let me talk about that reverse. That means being in a place for too long. Like you need to come out of that, or either you're going to get stuck to the bed. You're just going to be glued to where it is that you are, because you can't mentally get out of that place. You've been there way too long. So if this was always a fight about them wanting to, you know, have some sort of retribution when it came to finance, they were always chasing that, but never got it. And maybe like the little circle of friends that they had, maybe that's how they were able to get money. Maybe they were being compensated for their ability. And that finally validated them, because I did mention that they're looking for validation because they're insecure. They're really insecure in the reverse. But to look at them on the outside, you know, they're, you know, the King and Queen of Wands, they're looked at as, you know, they're nice looking people, like great features. They're very attractive, but that attractiveness is used as a ploy, especially in the reverse. So if this meant going out to like nighttime atmospheres, clubs, social gatherings, and then I mentioned how they were introduced to people who they've never met by way of people who possibly were clients of theirs. We could say that. So were they be, oh my God. Okay, so this is taking a little twist here, because I would not have thought that they were taking money, because I would have thought that they were closeted, like, you know, meaning they did their evil deeds behind closed doors because they didn't want people to know. But I'm feeling strongly with this energy, with this Three of Cups, reverse that social gathering, because I feel like they've been cast out. So maybe this was like a ring of people, because that's come up. But I really feel like now that possibly they were accepting payments for their abilities. And that Justice card reverse, maybe they thought in their mind that this was going to balance some sort of scale here. Because it's like, okay, if I'm helping people, but they're doing like disastrous things to hurt people when these people have done nothing to them. I went on a whole little spin about that not too long ago. So I was already there with that Justice card, because I said, oh, come back to that. And then the Eye of the Tiger song, and I still don't know, you know, how that ties in. I'll find out in a little bit. But maybe that was how they feel they would balance the scales, because they were helping people. But you were also hurting people that were innocent bystanders, because you're only getting one side of the story. But, you know, I don't live that type of life. I don't know how that even works. I would never do that thing, because like what I mentioned about going up against somebody you aren't even aware of their team and what they could do to you as a result of messing with their own. We shouldn't have to broadcast these things, y'all, is all I'm saying. I shouldn't have to put it on a t-shirt. Like, you fuck around and find out, okay? All right, y'all. We have the Hermit card and the Ten of Swords. All right, so they wanted to bring death to a Virgo. That was the ultimate goal, Virgo. This is for you, Virgo. And you know, I rarely call out signs like that. I do mention, you know, Virgo every time I see the Hermit, but this one's pretty strong here. But you know, it's also them operating in that gift to hurt people. Going within. So, you know, them depending on and conjuring up and calling on these external entities, which to them were probably considered deities. Because, you know, we're looking at the opposite side of the coin here. We can't really like judge anybody here, because everybody has free will, no doubt. You can practice dark magic if you want to. And I can stay in the light if I want to, right? Because that's where I'll be. That's where you'll find me. But anyway, with this Hermit, that's like introspect. So they knew how to go. I mean, obviously, duh. They knew how to go within, but who were they asking to assist them? I believe that's what got them caught up here. And then who they chose to go against, not having the full story. Two of Swords reverse. So that Ten of Swords was just bringing absolute death and destruction to whomever. Anybody could get it. As long as the coins showed up and they felt like they were doing some sort of service, receiving that favoritism, receiving that pleasure. You know, I didn't know pleasure was going to come out. But I mean, if we're talking about pleasurable activities, was it in exchange for sex? Was it, you know, did sex have something to do with the ritualistic part of it? Possibly. I wouldn't be surprised. Ooh, it's interesting how people really get down though, right? Anyway, we have the Seven of Pentacles here. So this was all about investments. This is gain for them. This was, how do I get the bag? And I don't even feel like this was one of those things to where it's like, oh, I can do that for you, $50. No, this Queen of Wands really like racked up here. But, you know, I feel like the Seven of Pentacles has the potential to also lose everything in the reverse, because that would be the other part. You can bring it in and you can, you know, and look at your investments all you want to, but you're also at a risk of losing it all with the Seven of Pentacles. I heard gameplay just now. So, it, you know, I mean, that would make sense. It was a game to them. That's unfortunate, because I feel like they really hurt a lot of people behind this quote unquote game. And it was all about them, you know, satisfying. And I almost said self-sabotaging, but satisfying their own like ego at the end of the day. So it really didn't matter. You know, their insecurities needed to be, you know, dealt with in a non-healthy way, because, you know, how do you deal with insecurities in a good way in this energy? You can't. There's no possible way. But it was what it was for that Queen of Wands. Let's get some clarifiers, y'all. Spirit, can you clarify the energies on the table? So you've been freed, though. But just know that if any of this resonates, then you were definitely under attack, but you probably didn't need anybody to tell you that. You probably, not probably, but you lived it firsthand. So you know exactly what I'm talking about here. So the Despair card is out here. I don't want to keep because I don't want to feel like I'm hustling spirit for a message, but I feel like we got everything we needed here. I'm going to have thief at the bottom of the deck. So despair says everything here because it fell right on top of that Seven of Cups reverse energy that I talked about. You know, this person is out of their minds right now. And maybe possibly that's their confinement forever, because I did get the jail, them walking inside of the jail that they made for you, door slamming shut behind them. They don't have a key. They can't get out. So they realize this now, but it's a little too late. It's a lot too late, because they shouldn't have been messing with you from the beginning, because you didn't deserve that. All right, y'all. Hope this helps.